I'm going to show you a video from a content creator that I rather enjoy, and I'm showing you this video specifically because he has a rather interesting theory when it comes to Donald Trump, which he may be onto something.
Remember back in April when everyone was convinced Trump was going to declare martial law after the border emergency declaration, when they convened all of the military generals and everybody thought it was World War III, or when leading up to the major speech that Trump just delivered, everyone was convinced, including Tucker Carlson and people in my own comment section, that we were going to war with Venezuela. When we look at these things together, we should realize why we should be so happy to celebrate Trump's 18-minute speech on affordability. See, I'm a musician and I've followed bands throughout my entire life. And there's one thing they all have in common. When they get really, really big, and they've been doing it for a while, especially the classic rock bands, the moment those bands start putting out greatest hits albums, the moment they make that pivot is the moment you know they're cooked. They've resigned. They're done writing new material because they ran out of juice. So they're just going to keep playing the old stuff and squeeze as much money out of it as they can until they can no longer move. This is why when I read through the transcript of Trump's 18-minute cry it out tantrum before bedtime, I felt a deep sense of relief. He played YMCA, Sweet Caroline, We Are the Champions, Bohemian Rhapsody, and closed with Don't Stop Believin'. He said Democrat 8 times but never once said democracy. He said American 15 times but never once said immigrant or immigration. His 4 references to affordability and his 1 reference to groceries were entirely in the context of blaming Biden, Democrats, and even Obama. And once again, he claimed to reduce drug prices by 400 to 600% because there's not one person around him who has the guts or the brains to tell him you can't reduce something by more than 100%. Point being, the big scary things we think are always right around the corner never are. It's not because he doesn't want to do big scary things. It's because he doesn't actually know how to do them. And today more than ever, he can't find the support to do them. Mike Johnson can't even keep his house in line for simple procedural votes. They keep going around him with discharge petitions. In today's Republican Party, the only thing that exceeds their malice is their incompetence. And that incompetence is the warm blanket with which I will snuggle by the fire with my family this Christmas. Trump will continue to sing the greatest hits, and his shrinking MAGA base will reflexively continue to sing along. But in the backs of their minds, they are slowly coming to grips with what we already know. That just like with those washed up has-beens, they're not going anywhere new. Because in that sense, Trump's window of opportunity, and thus his window of relevancy, have already passed.
Now that is a hell of a theory. When a band hits that stage where they're puking out the greatest hits, it's because they've run out of juice. They're done. Now listen, he can't run for re-election anyway. But we are seeing cracks. We are seeing Republicans pull away from him. We're seeing some of the base be pissed off at him. We are seeing the beginning of an erosion of Trumpism, the beginning of the end of Trumpism. It's definitely here, but it's a very interesting theory. Essentially, what my man here is saying is that Trump rallies nowadays are essentially a bunch of MAGA cultists going, Freebird, play Freebird, and Trump playing Freebird for him.